Just want to give you a new series. This series is about hidden gems in Madden CFM. So if you are part of a Madden CFM online 32-man league, you're probably at that stage right now where you're talking about trades with different people. So this series is a new series to talk about the best players that maybe you can go out there and make bargains for, make trade negotiations for. And I got this idea from another YouTube content creator. I followed him for years. His name is Jacob Reed. Jacob Reed, look at his channel. This is his idea. Okay, he's been doing this for a long time. And I used to always rely on him, to be honest with you, in some of my trade questions. And I used to always ask these, whoever he recommended, I would go out there and try to get, because he was pretty good at finding these hidden gems. Okay, so it's YouTube. I want to give him credit, but just like Ty Mache used to be for ESPN, right? You can have maybe two guys with their opinions on players, and we can kind of go back and forth maybe one day, all right? Again, my NFL background is not just coaching. There's a little bit of scouting in there from my early days, a little bit of internships I did in the scouting department. I've always loved recruiting when I was a college coach, and I've always loved looking at the draft when I was a football coach in the NFL. It's one of my passions, I ain't gonna lie. So in the Madden world, let's do the same thing, okay? So I got 13 players. I can't really spend a whole lot of detail on all the reasons why I chose all these guys, but I do have like a list of about 10 different qualities that I'm looking for. So each guy I talk about, I'm going to talk about one of their top qualities, okay? And then if there's any really negative things, I'll let you know, all right? Also, the beginning of this list, the first, the first 8 guys here are going to be probably the biggest thing is sense of pressure to me. So sense of pressure is one of those things where some people may not believe in it, but I'm a big believer that sense of pressure matters with the quarterbacks. So the idea for if they have paranoid sense of pressure, if you get anybody close to a quarterback and he's throwing the ball, I feel like you get more random results. Okay, you get more bad throws, more bad misses. Okay. Guys who have average to ideal or oblivious sense of pressure, I feel like throw the ball with more consistency. Okay, so the top 8 again are going to all have good enough sense of pressure. They're all going to have tight spirals, and then we'll go from there. So I'm a Niners fan, so I'm salty right now that Trey Lance is gone. I have the Niners in both of my online franchises. I was about to play Trey Lance and start him in both leagues, because look at his ability. He's all this potential still in the Madden world. He might have a 71 overall, but look at his ratings, 91 throw power. Okay, that's rare. Having 90 plus throw power this year is not normal. Okay, that's hard to get. His accuracy ratings are, to me, right where it needs to be for a young guy. That doesn't take, getting the deep accuracy and the medium accuracy up won't take a lot of work. Okay, play action of 84. That's really special to have it that high in the mid 80s already. And I'll talk about his speed. That 87 speed, that 91 acceleration, to me, that's one of the better quarterbacks. Okay, it's not 90 speed, but guys who have 90 speed are on another level. But you can definitely get away from slow defense alignment with Trey Lance. Trey Lance is going to be on the Cowboys, who have Dak Prescott, who's not going anywhere, I'm sure. If that owner wants to keep playing with Dak, who's a superstar quarterback, inquire about Trey. You should probably be able to send something a little bit better than what the 49ers got. Probably send the 3rd round for him, 2nd round for him, whatever it might be, a player that's just like him. You can get Trey Lance, and you can start your NFL CFM maybe with him, okay? Now let's go to another team here that, in my opinion, this is going to be a harder sell. The Packers owners may not want to get rid of Jordan Love if they know anything about throwing motions, okay? Throwing motions are huge in Madden. I feel like there's, people don't understand that. And most leagues who are sim leagues, like the ones that I play in, do not allow you to change throwing motions, okay? But if your league allows you to change it, maybe this is not important to you. But if they don't, he has Slinger 1, which is the fastest throwing motion in the game. He also has ideal sense of pressure, 91 throw accuracy. He already has 81 deep, 85 short, His medium's about to become 80. His play action is under pressure. This guy is a stud, okay? In my opinion, he's a stud. He's a Madden stud. 81 speed, 85 acceleration. That's just about what you need to be a difference maker, to be fast, okay? Anything below that, you're not fast. To me, he's good enough. This is a rare one. Is the owner for the Packers going to want to get rid of him? Maybe not, right? Because he doesn't have anybody else in his roster. If I were you and you had a quarterback like a Kirk Cousins or an older vet that has some really good special traits, I think Kirk Cousins has like an amazing he has like 97 short throwing accuracy. Maybe send him over there, right? Because maybe with this roster, they feel like they can win right now with the Packers roster. All they're missing is established quarterback. Give it a shot, because if somebody's sleeping on Jordan Love, and says, hey, I think he's garbage, he only has 2 years left, they believe what they see on TV, don't just go after Jordan Love, okay? But this one's a long shot. This is a little bit more of a long shot. The rest of these guys are not long shots, okay? All right, again, for time's sake, because I don't make this video like 35 minutes or so, let's take a look at this in a little faster pace. I would look at, on the Panthers, Matt Corral, okay? I feel like he is a guy that can just, whoever runs this team is definitely playing with Bryce Young. That's not even a question. So if anybody knows in past Maddens, Matt Corral has been one of the better quarterbacks you can build up a little bit. 89 throw power is just on that really borderline of 90. That's good. In this Madden, that's pretty damn good. The accuracy ratings are good. The play action is good. The speed, to me, is really good, okay? He also has average sense of pressure, so I feel like you can get away with definitely building around this guy. I will look into him, and you probably don't have to send much for Matt Corral, all right? Now, the other one is going to be on the Titans, okay? The Titans have really 3 quarterbacks that can play if you look at it from different angles. Tannehill is the one that can definitely play right now, but in most CFMs, guys aren't going to play a 35-year-old quarterback who's not a superstar. So Will Levis might get the start, or if they really want to play with a guy with a lot of speed and try to run around, they're going to go with Malik WIllis. If that's the case, go after Will Levis. To me, he's one of the most underrated guys in the game. He's probably one of the better young QBs that you can build around at this low level of 69 overall. He has average sense of pressure, but he also has that great slinger one throwing motion. So you're going to get balls coming out quick. 94 throw power. That's rare. You're not going to see that much often. Besides, the only guys who have that in this video is his teammate Malik WIllis. Okay, so you can see that. Now, he doesn't have great medium accuracy, but I always felt like when you do your upgrades and everything, medium accuracy always comes up a lot when you're upgrading your quarterback. I don't know why. They always seem to love to give that to him, give that to each player. But the deep throw, the short throw, it's all pretty good. Look at the throw and the run, the play action. I mean, everything there is close to 80. That's pretty much what I'm looking at. His speed is right there at the borderline of just being fast, right? He can definitely get away with people with 80 speed and 85 acceleration. Look at Will Levis, okay? To me, that's the top 4 guys. These are the guys that I think I would just always, you have to ask about this year. Don't even, just do it, okay? Now, the next 4 guys are going to be a little bit lower, a little bit more of a project. Probably depends on your skill level as a Madden player if you want to go after them, okay? I would definitely take a look at DTR. DTR, to me, is one of those guys that in real life, I wish our team would have gone after him. I feel like his ratings are going to go up potentially as soon as the new roster comes out. So those accuracy ratings you see here could be even higher. But the throw power is good, 89 in this Madden. That's excellent. So all he needs to really do is get those deep throw and those medium throw accuracies. You're looking at a roster right here that's in a CFM. So if it says +2, like it says for a deep accuracy, that means his deep accuracy is actually 68 when you start the game, okay? So that's not good. And then same thing with medium accuracy, that needs some work, but I just said you're going to be able to probably raise that pretty quickly. All right, play action is not great, under pressure, not great, speed, excellent. Okay, so 87, 88. If you are a team, or you're a user who has really good skill level and you know you could develop a quarterback and you need one, you just happen to be on a roster that doesn't have one, I would take a shot at DTR, okay? I think he's one of the better guys. Let's go over to the Cardinals, okay? Can't believe it. I was shocked that the Cardinals actually have a guy, or the Chargers. The Cardinals have a guy that I was just going through the rosters, right? I'm like, okay, who's this 23-year-old guy, 4-year, he's a rookie, 6'3", 220. Okay. I think the one bad thing about Clayton Tune is just his throw power is 85. So that could be a deal breaker for some people, but in this Madden, I think it may be okay. If you're willing to deal with that deep throw accuracy problem of 74, everything else is really good. And he has oblivious sense of pressure. So just take a look at this guy, man. Good short accuracy, play action's good, and he has amazing speed, 85, 89. He's going to be at the top end of your speed guys that can run around and move. That's 6'3", 220. Take a look at this guy again. These are special guys who are hidden gems that you need to also have some skill, and whatever your scheme is needs to be able to help him out. Okay. Also, I just almost happened to pop on it is Max Duggan from the Chargers. Okay, Chargers. You know their top quarterback Justin Herbert is not going anywhere. All right. Duggan has the good throw power. He has oblivious sense of pressure. He has not great deep throw accuracy, so that's the one thing you're gonna have to develop slowly. That's one of the harder things to develop, in my opinion, too. But he has really good short accuracy, play action's good, under pressure rating, not great, but with the oblivious sense of pressure, that might help. And then he has amazing speed as well, 88, 88. So again, a lot of guys I'm giving you here are all these guys are young. I made sure they're all 25 and under for the most part, and they all have multiple years left in their contract, basically under $1 million or just at $1 million. Max Duggan is in that category. And this one's a little bit of a reach here with the Falcons. I've actually done this. I did this last year. I was ready to use Feleipe Franks. I traded for him, put him on my roster because I had an aging quarterback, but that quarterback never retired, so Franks never got a chance to play. But he's kind of a very underrated player from the Falcons, okay? Just look at his throw power, 90, okay? If you like throw power and you want it, it's there. Average sense of throw pressure, I can take that, okay? The deep accuracy is not good. That's going to need work, but that medium accuracy as well needs work. So that's going to be the hardest part. Throwing the pressure isn't great either. But I like the throw power. I like the short accuracy. The play action is there. The speed is just about there too, 84, 85. You can move around this guy. The one thing to take a look at, though, he does have a generic slow throwing motion. So I'm not sure how that works this year. And I think that's a new tag. That's a little bit different. But again, if you trust in your offense and let's say you want to get rid of a good quarterback, right, and think you can play with one and develop one, he's a little bit older and you're going to have to pay him next year. But you know what? He's worth a shot. That's the top 8 guys, okay, that I would go after. Now, I'll quickly just kind of give through these honorable mentions coming up here because all these guys to me have paranoid throwing. They all have paranoid throwing sense of pressure. To me, I feel like that's a deal breaker. If I don't want to play with guys like that if I don't have to. I feel like you're going to get a lot of weird throws. But there are some guys that I have to mention. Brock Purdy is the first one. If you don't mind throwing with a quarterback with 84 throw power, this guy's the only one in this group that's a star rating. So you get a guy who could potentially become a superstar next year if you can give him one good year. That's all you need. And he has all the accuracies that you really want, right? 88 short accuracy, medium's 83. The deep is not great, but he has all the other little ratings that go with being a good quarterback. Play action at 82. Throw under pressure at 81, okay? That's going to be important because he does have paranoid sense of pressure. He's not a burner. He's not going to really get away from anybody too quickly, but it's acceleration at 86. Don't sleep on that, all right? So Brock Purdy, only if you don't mind a guy who doesn't have great throw power. Ironically, let's stay with the 49ers. If you don't mind a guy that sees ghosts and he's a little bit older, but he's still pretty young, Sam Darnold, okay? Sam Darnold, again, has that paranoid sense of pressure. Not the best thing in the world, but just check out the throw power, 88. Not screaming about it, but it's kind of like, to me, 88 is the new 90. It's average, okay? It's good enough. He has enough zip on the ball that you're not going to really question throw power. But look at his accuracy ratings, all in the 80s. Play action, 85. That's the highest one, I believe. Let me take a quick look at my charts here. Yeah, that's the highest play action rating we have out of all the quarterbacks we want to talk about today. And then he has good enough speed to get away from people. He's just on the borderline, 80, 82. He can get away. So if you want to take a shot at Sam Darnold, whoever has the 49ers, those are the top two quarterbacks right now in the Niners. I think the other one is going to be up for grabs. One more negative with Darnold is look at his contract compared to Purdy's. Purdy's is cheap as hell. So that guy, again, if the owner doesn't mind an 84 throw power, he'd probably keep him. But again, Darnold, though, he's in the last year of his contract. So if you do get him to be a good player, you're going to have to pay him after year one in the offseason. But if you just kind of like are working him up maybe and get him to 75, it probably won't be that much money, right? So I put Sam Darnold on the list as well. Now let's go to the Jets. If you can get a guy who really just believes in Aaron Rodgers, which why wouldn't you? He's still one of the better quarterbacks in the game. Go after Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson has some of the best throw power in the game. 93 not in the game, but in this video that I'm doing. 93 throw power. He's just kind of lacking that medium accuracy, but again, that's the accuracy you can build up easily. He does have the paranoid sense of pressure. Everybody in this category does, so that's the problem. But I'll take that 83 play action, right? And then I'll take his good speed, that he can get away from people and make plays. Go after Zach Wilson if you feel like you can get away with that, if paranoid sense of pressure is not important to you, all right? Let's take a look at two more. The last two here we have on the Lions. I feel like the Lions have a little bit of a sleeper, and his name is Hendon Hooker, all right? 68, 4 years, rookie, 4 years left on his contract. If you don't worry about paranoid sense of pressure, then I think he might be a good player to look at. Look at that throw power, 89. That's right on the borderline. He has really good short accuracy already. You just got to build up that deep and that medium, but that can be done at the medium spot. Love the play action at 84. That's really special. 79 under pressure. That's good enough. And then the boy can move, man. 86, 90. Yo, that's good enough. That's really, really worth it, man. Unfortunately, he has the if he didn't have the paranoid sense of pressure, he would have been probably definitely at the back end of that list that I talked about, the first 8. But just take a look at Hendon Hooker on the Lions, because whoever is the Lions owner has a decision to make. Goff is good enough to potentially get them to the playoffs this year. So I think the owner probably will stick with Goff for 1 year. But you have to see if they're willing to give up Hendon Hooker. I feel like that is the one team. That's one of those teams that people are going to probably ask about him a lot. So they might try to like overvalue him. They may try to charge you a little bit more than you should. But it's worth the ask. You never know. Okay. And then the very last one is more of an honorable mention. I really didn't want to put him up there because his ratings were low. He didn't really match a lot of the ratings that I was looking for. But Malik WIllis, again, on that same situation where somebody's going to either play Will Levis or Malik WIllis probably. And if they don't want to play Malik, then you can go after Malik. The two big things is the throw power at 94 and that speed at 90. Again, good Madden quarterback, right? Based off of the years that we were playing this game. Accuracy struggles with the medium accuracy, but again, that's the position. That's the one attribute you can probably pull up. Throwing the pressure is not good, and that's going to be really tough with the paranoid sense of pressure. But maybe that throw and the run at 80 is going to help him out, and the play action and all that stuff. So he's the last of the list. Do you go after Malik WIllis? Again, if you have the skills, you probably might think you can probably turn him into something special. But again, that paranoid sense of pressure puts him at the bottom of my total list because I still believe that's going to make a lot of easy throws hard. And in this game, it's just really tough to miss a wide open check down. It goes back for a pick 6 because the linebacker standing 5 yards away from him gets an easy pick. Like that happens in Madden. So I try not to deal with that. All right. So part 1 of this series, quarterbacks. I put a lot of time, just kind of a couple of days looking at the different quarterbacks. I think you'll like this series. I'll try to get this done as quickly as I can. It helps me too, me being a guy who's a CFM guy. I like to go out there and see who's out there in case I want to make a trade myself. But I don't plan on trading that much in my leagues because I have so much commission to work, and I have a whole lot of other things I want to do for the Madden community. So I'm going to probably sit pat with my team this year. All right, guys, if you have any more that you think maybe I missed, put them in the chat comments. If you have any questions about my qualifications for making my list, we can talk about that more in the comment section below. All right, talk to you guys later, man. Peace.